Hello everyone and welcome to Forever Rugby. And domestic rugby is back in South Africa, competitive domestic rugby that is. Obviously we had the Super Fan Saturday 2 weeks ago, we had the Springbok Showdown last weekend, but the moment we've all been waiting for is that domestic competitive Super Rugby, in inverted commas, is back this weekend as Super Rugby Unlocked is launched with 6 teams in South Africa taking part. And a completely sort of a wipeout of what happened at the beginning of the year. So for Sharks, unfortunately, they have to redo all the good work they did. But for the teams like Lions, who are struggling a bit, the Bulls who are struggling a bit, they get fresh starts, as well as a chance for Cheetahs, who have apparently been voted out of the Pro 14 at this stage, or for the expanded Pro 16, with South Africa trying to go north. In terms of their domestic rugby, it was voted that the Lions, Sharks, Bulls, and Stormers would be the teams that would be preferred to go north, with the Cheetahs then apparently playing in whatever SANZAAR comes up with their new competition potentially at this stage. So Cheetahs are sort of mulling over about the situation, considering taking Sara to court, what to do and stuff like that. But all that aside is that domestic rugby is back in the country this weekend as Super Rugby Unlocked returns. And it is a bit of a different sort of format. There will be 7 teams. EP Kings will not be taking part. They said that monetarily they cannot afford to partake in any competition, which just shows the continued disaster that EP Rugby is. And they're the greatest rugby group ever, or whatever the type of name is. And it took over. It was supposed to be a big bright start. Robbie Kempson was getting involved with the EP Kings. And, hopefully there's going to be a whole, revision. They've got some decent players, but once again, it's just all sort of crumbling. And it's sad to see because, there's just so much rugby talent within the Eastern Cape. Having been based in the Eastern Cape before, you see it at the schools, you see there's a lot of talent and it's a very rugby mad province. But administration has just been a joke. And that's why, they find themselves in this situation. But in terms of the teams partaking in Super Rugby Unlocked, it'll be the same teams that will then compete for the Currie Cup, which will follow after the 7 rounds of the Super Rugby. So the way it works is that the 7 teams are the Lions, Bulls, Stormers, and the Sharks, the standard Super Rugby teams, and they are joined by the Pumas, the Griquas, as well as the Cheetahs. So bragging rights on display. Cheetahs have a chance to sort of show South Africa and sorry they shouldn't have been tossed to the side, that they're good enough to be considered in the top 4 franchises. Sharks can continue building on what they did this year. Because Sharks look really, really good, and we're playing some really nice rugby, and some talented youngsters were playing properly. Seekenbos and Norche were starting to look good. We uncovered the gem that could be Sanela Nahamba, looks really promising. Kerwin Bosch was playing some good rugby. And looked like a revived Sharks side, which we sort of finally see. Oxen Chair playing good rugby down there. Hiron Andrews playing well. Ruan Buerta. James Fenter moved from the Lions. His move starting to work out, was looking really good. So Sharks had a very good start to the season. Bulls not so much. Lions not so much. Stormers continue to be a little bit inconsistent because on paper the Stormers should be one of the strongest sides in South Africa. They big money deals keep Steph du Toit. Sia Khaleesi, such a good front row. In the likes of Malherbe, Kitsop, Bongi Manambi, they've got lots of talent, so much young talent. Joanna Augustus, Salma Murat, Damien Willemse, we've got Cade Volhoter. We're going to get into those squads a bit more. I'm going to be doing a preview of the major teams ahead of this weekend. But yeah, so the first game is on Friday night. The Lions take on the Sharks at Kings Park. Kickoff was at 7 o'clock South African Standard Time. On Saturday, the Cheetahs will host the Pumas and the Bulls will play the Griquas at Loftus. Stormers have a bye this weekend. Now, some interesting selections already. The Lions, I've seen both the Lions and the Bulls have both released their sides. Big selection calls like Similani apparently on the Lions bench. Cornel Hendricks starting at outside centre. So we're not going to get too much into the team. I'm going to profile every single team. Well, every single team, but the 4 major teams before this weekend and go through what their thinking is in terms of the squad and stuff like that. But yeah, 7 rounds. Every team will sit out at one stage. So there are 6 matches a weekend. And then at the end of round 7, which is scheduled for the 20th and 21st of November, the top of the log wins. That's it. There's no playoffs. There's no semi-finals. There's no Nothing. If you finish top of the log, you take home the trophy. You are the Super Rugby Unlocked champions. And hopefully we can see some really nice rugby. You know, we saw some nice rugby in the New Zealand Super Rugby Aotearoa. And now we're hopefully going to see the same thing. And it's a good chance for a lot of players to put their hands up if the Rugby Championship, or if we do partake in the Rugby Championship, which is still looking sketchy. We'll have to see what's happening in the next week or two in terms of our confirmed participation in the tournament. But a chance for a lot of players to put their hands up. And especially with, South Africa going north next year, it's time to consolidate the teams and the players currently in South Africa, because if we are to go north, we need to put on a good display. We need to show that we are worthy of going north, or worthy of trying to be in, the likes of the European Championship and playing against some of the top sides in Europe. It's a big financial boost. It's been a bit sort of big of hit and miss in terms of whether it's going to be a good move or not. The players have always wanted it because, financially it makes so much sense. They can hopefully get paid a lot more, which means that they won't leave the country, because I think a lot of players don't want to leave, but monetarily they can't afford to say no. You've got the opportunity to earn in pounds, and a lot more pounds than earn rand down here. It's just a no-brainer, which is why so many players have gone overseas. So this is a big opportunity for us to sort of prime ourselves for what next year holds. Currie Cup then follows this tournament, and then that will evolve into semi-finals and final. This log will basically continue into the Currie Cup, so it's almost like there's 2 rounds. First round is the Super Rugby, second round is the Currie Cup. The end of the second round, because of the Currie Cup, there will be a semi-final, there will be a final, and there will be a champion. So 2 trophies up for grabs between now and January. Rugby over the Christmas period, which we've never had, which is going to be very exciting, very different. And yeah, it's just going to be nice to see some rugby back. And Cheetahs have a big thing to prove. They've got France staying back, and he's looking very good. So some very good players in and around the thing. Lots of youngsters at the moment, and lots of talent on display. So yeah, I mean, obviously the previews coming along for each team. We're also going to look at some of the youngsters, the best youngsters to look out for during the tournament. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, not only Forever Sports, make sure you subscribe to Forever Rugby as well. A separate channel, link in the description below. Become part of the channel. We want to try and become one of the biggest fan channels in the country, so please do come and help us with that mission and with that that goal, and become part of the channel. Hopefully we're going to have some fan cams soon, and we're getting a lot more fan interaction here. This whole idea is that we are for the fans, by the fans. So we want to know what you think in the comments. We want to get you on the shows. We want to chat to all the fans and give the fans a bit of a voice. So Super Rugby back in South Africa this weekend. I'm buzzing. I hope you are buzzing. Lions all the way for me. I am a Lions supporter, so going to back them. Very interesting to see when I profile them what the good and the bad is. But that's all for me. Hope everybody has a fantastic week. Make sure you like, subscribe. Please do go and click the subscribe button down there. Share it with your friends. Let's try and build a bit of a community, and I'll chat to you very soon.